Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Te gusta guacamole? Yo también. Está muy deliciosa. For those of you who can't understand Spanish, all I've just said is, hi, how are you? Do you like guacamole? Me too, it's very delicious. A lot of us eat guacamole all the time and have no idea where it came from. I'm not only going to explain how to make basic guacamole, but also give you some background and history of this appetizer and perfect party dip, along with ways to spice it up a little bit to make it your own. Guacamole is a popular food that hasn't significantly changed since the time of the Aztecs. The history of how guacamole became so popular throughout the world all begins with the Aztecs. Guacamole is one of the oldest Mexican dishes, and it dates back all the way to the time of the Aztecs. The Aztecs were around as early as the 4th to 6th century AD. The Aztecs believe an avocado is an aphrodisiac fruit. This means it increases fertility, which could have influenced the popularity of guacamole at the time. Guacamole didn't always have its current name. In the time of the ancient Aztecs, it was referred to as ajuca muli. This is translated to avocado sauce or mixture. The Aztecs were known to like their avocados 3 ways, with salt, sugar, or both sugar and salt, which could be another factor as to why guacamole was such a popular food to the Aztecs. Avocados also have the highest fat content of any other fruit. The Aztecs have such an odd low-fat diet, so when they ate the avocados, it helped them have a healthy, balanced diet. The reason we know so much about the original guacamole is because when the Spaniards met the Aztecs, they learned how to make it and brought it back to Spain with them, changing it up a little bit by adding cilantro and later lemon. The guacamole people make in their homes today is very similar to the guacamole the Aztecs made, though there are no exact recipes around today from the time of the Aztecs. To prepare this dish, you need a handful of ingredients: 3 tablespoons of finely chopped white onions, 4 finely chopped chili serranos, 2 tablespoons of cilantro, which was one of the ingredients added by the Spaniards, half a teaspoon of sea salt, 3 large avocados, which is the main ingredient in this dish, 2/3 cups of tomatoes, and a fresh lemon. And if you don't have a fresh lemon, lemon juice works just fine. This is the other ingredient that the Aztecs didn't use but the Spaniards added. The first step is to cut the avocados in half. Then pit them and take a spoon and scoop them out of the skin because the skin isn't edible. This is a molcajete. Authentic Mexican chefs will most likely use one of these while preparing guacamole. It's very similar to a mortar and a pestle. You use it to mash the avocado, though this utensil is really rare in most cases because it's really expensive and can cost up to $200. Unfortunately, I don't have one of these, and I'm sure a lot of other people don't either. And so there are a bunch of alternatives you can use, such as just anything that can mash avocados to the desired consistency, such as a fork or a potato masher, just work just fine. Next, you just take the fork, mash down the avocados to your desired consistency. People like their guacamole with a wide range of consistency, such as a lot of big chunks of avocados, and some people like no chunks at all, so it's just completely your preference. Once your avocados are finished being mashed, finely chop your white onion and add it into the avocado mix. Next, finely chop the chili serranos and mix them into the bowl as well. It's important that these are finely chopped so that you don't get a huge bite of hot pepper in your guacamole, and also make sure that there are no seeds from the peppers left in it. On an important side note, wash your hands really well after chopping these, just because they're really hot, and if you touch your eyes before washing your hands, it can really damage your eyesight. Next, add your finely chopped, not peeled tomatoes, then add the roughly chopped cilantro. Gently mix all the ingredients with the avocado mixture thoroughly, then top it off with a sprinkle of salt and lemon juice. The lemon juice doesn't really do much other than keep the avocados from oxidizing, which makes it turn brown. Another thing people use is just put the pits of the avocados in the finished guacamole to make it not turn brown as well. Authentic guacamole is served inside a warm corn tortilla or inside of a molcajete, but here in the United States it's usually just served in a bowl with something as simple as tortilla chips. This is what guacamole looks like when it's finished. Okay, this is a standard Spanish guacamole recipe, though some people like their guacamole with a little kick. There are a few changes you can make, such as if you like hot foods, add in different kinds of peppers like serranos, ancho chilies, or jalapenos. That will give it the extra kick if you like that. And if you're not someone who likes hot foods or peppers, you can take them out altogether and still get that great guacamole taste. If you want to add extra herbs, you can try it with a little bit of parsley because it doesn't have such an distinct taste as cilantro does, which can help if you're not a big cilantro fan. And then you can also try it inside a warm tortilla like the Aztecs would eat it, just if you want to try something new. Now you all can go home and make guacamole on your own, personalizing it to make it perfect for your taste buds. As a conclusion, I have explained guacamole is very simple to make because it had an easy recipe to follow, which has been around since the Aztecs. It was very interesting for me to see how this is made because I thought a lot more ingredients went into making guacamole. I also have been in Spanish classes since grade school, so I thought it was interesting to learn about a common food to the Spanish people. It is interesting to see how a recipe that only a small amount of people knew in the beginning became such a well-known food all around the world. Overall, I hope I have clearly explained how to make delicious guacamole and its history of it. It's really simple and it's a common food in the United States, so it's fun to try and make on your own. It's also a recipe that you can't go wrong with because so many people enjoy eating it. Thank you.